Hi guys, and welcome to this video. Okay, this is what I call my story time. I'm going to tell you a little story about when I used to live in Indianapolis, Indiana, in the Irvington neighborhood, which is a very historic neighborhood with a lot of history. The house that we were living in at the time actually had 100 years of history behind it. It was at least 100 years old. And we lived, at the time, we took care of an elderly woman in the house. And her mother had died quite a few years before we came to know her or whatever, this lady or whatever. And she had died in the house. And the lady that we were taking care of, she would tell us stories about how her and her mother would pull rocks in a wagon to that house during the building process, as at the time it had rocks kind of in the bottom part of the house and stuff. It was real pretty. So we lived on the circle, in this very historic ancient house. And her mother had died in that house. She had really long hair, from what I understand. And she had fell asleep at the fireplace, and her hair caught ablaze. And her mother had died. And this lady that we were taking care of, she would always have a picture of her mother on her nightstand beside her. And her mother had like one of them long dresses on, like you might see women wearing in the movie Gunsmoke. You know, very old-timey dress. So anyhow, one afternoon, I was sitting just watching some TV on the couch, and it was a bright sunny day, and we had this huge window here, right? And I just kind of glanced out the window, and this lady had just kind of slowly walked by the window and glanced in, right? And one of these, stairs walking ever so slowly past the window. Well, I noticed, oh my goodness, it looks just like that picture sitting by the lady we were taking care of's nightstand. And she had the long dress like you would see in Gunsmoke. And she also had an umbrella, like to protect her from the sun. And she walked ever so slowly by the window, making that eye contact with the window. I went to the window and looked both ways. Nobody was there. Nobody was there. It's like, oh my gosh. So I instantly called my mom, I think, who was out of state, of course, and some other people, and told my little story there. But I think the lady's mother was a little upset that we had to put her in a nursing home at that time. And that's what I took from it, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe it was just, I don't know. But, yeah, I know the lady that we took care of, she would often say how she would, at times spot her mother, maybe at the top of the stairs or different stuff. But anyhow, yeah, that was one encounter with so-called the spirit world, the ghost stuff. The other encounter was a little while after that, I guess. I was there by myself, me and the kids, and it was at night, and it was a two-story house. So needless to say, it can get spooky if you're by yourself in it at night, with all the history that the house had. Anyhow, yeah, one night I was just kind of going up to the bathroom, I guess, and I'm just walking up the stairs, and I would just hear footsteps running up the stairway in front of me. It was so creepy. It's like, oh my gosh, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to go up there or not. But anyhow, it was just really, really creepy, right? And then one time, another time in that same house, I was once again, upstairs, and I would just hear like some voices talking in the next room. Women, kind of, it seemed like. And I walked into the room, and no one was in there. But yet I heard these people, like they were having a regular conversation. Standing right there, I couldn't understand the language of what they were saying. And it sounded like they were like rocking in rocking chairs or something, and they were just having conversations. Several people in a language I could not understand. Is that not creepy? But I mean, it's like, wow. And well, like I said, a lot of people, had lived and died. The lady's mother had died, I guess, a pretty kind of bad death. Her hair caught ablaze, like I said. But yeah, but a lot of people before then, even I think, had lived in that house and died and this and that. So anyhow, that was my other experience. It was a beautiful house. At the time we left, we were in the process of fixing it up, antique style, of course, and it was just really, really very nice and everything. But it was indeed haunted. I can laugh about it now, but I sure wasn't laughing at the time. It's like, wow. And yeah, so I just want to tell one little story. Yeah, so if any of you other guys live in Irvington, or familiar with the history in that neighborhood of so-called the ghost stories, if you will, leave it in the comment section. Have a great day, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.